Guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Mayream Salam, as you already know, and this afternoon I was randomly thinking about my TTC journey as a military wife, so I decided to come give you all the gist here. But before we get into the gist, please don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video to as many as possible. It's really going to make me happy, so please subscribe. I'm waiting. Have you? Okay, let's move on. November 2019 I got married, but regardless of how you say you want to be ready for whatever it is that comes with the journey, there would always be surprises, right? So my husband was to leave a week after our wedding, so he only spent I think 5 days at home, and him left. After he left, people would start looking at you, probably you are pregnant and all of that. They'll be checking if you've added weight, all these eyes. So some people were telling me, oh Miriam, you've added weight, are you sure you're not pregnant, are you sure you're not this, are you sure you're not that? It got to a point it was getting to me, and I felt like my husband left a month or 2 months ago. How is it possible that I'm pregnant? They were like, there are some people that would be pregnant for 2-3 months and they would not know. It's better you don't hurt your baby unintentionally, so please go and check and all of that. You are adding weight, your body's changing. Guys, that is how I went to a lab to get tested, and it was negative. It was really a horrible day for me, because living was just fine, but getting that negative result made it, I don't know, I felt some kind of emotions that day, and I moved on. From that November, you guys didn't believe that I didn't see my husband till May. Yes, when I got married I was still serving, and I was serving in Ibadan, so I was hoping after my NYC I would go see my husband and all of that. But COVID happened and I couldn't travel, and my husband too was in a place that we couldn't stay together. So I was hoping when he's done with the training he's going to come to Ibadan and all of that. So before the training it got posted, and I was really happy. It got posted to Ogun State, and I was really happy because Ogun State is very close to Ibadan, so we'll be able to see each other more often and all of that. So he came home May, and he spent some days at home and he resumed. So while trying to settle down, it's not advisable to just follow him there. You have to settle down, get an accommodation, set up the house a little to be comfortable for both of us. Guys, you won't believe it didn't spend up to 1 month and it got posted. That night it got posted, I was really sad. I just finished cooking jollof rice and turkey. I remember I could not eat. I was really angry with God. God, I have prayed. This Abeokuta is the best thing that would happen to our marriage. It's very close to the house. I can run my business. I can decide to relocate here. So what happened? Why would you just change our agreement like that? I didn't pray that night. I didn't pray the next day, until later I had a conversation with my mom, and she told me to just trust God, because He will always do the best for me. And I believed Him. So my husband left for Benin, and I came back to Ibadan, and he went to settle down and all of that. So after I got settled down, I moved to Benin with my husband. I left everything, guys, everything. So after moving to Benin with my husband, we were staying together for a month, 2 months was counting and all of that. So he started getting to me that, okay, so now we see each other more often. Is there anything wrong and all of that? Guys, the most important part of this is I have a doctor friend, Dr. A. So we always talk about this thing, and he told me not to go see a gynae yet because it is still very early. But the coconut head, because some people will just randomly share their stories with you, like, my wife had this thing. If not because we went to the hospital to check, we would not be pregnant. So try and confirm you're fine and all of that. Another angle, I was like, I'm going to see this doctor. I didn't tell that my doctor here that I was going to see the gynae. The day Sha came, plenty things stopped me from going to this hospital, but I get coconut head. I was meant to go, but the soldier that was meant to take me had an accident, so he couldn't come. I hawked my clothes, I slept. Then later one of my husband's friends came and said he would take me to the hospital. Guys, I called the woman my husband gave me a number, and I told her, ma, can I still come? Because we all know the way these hospitals are. If you go to the hospital in the afternoon, you might not be able to see a specialist. But she said, come on, you'll still be able to see the doctor and all of that. I said, okay. Guys, don't believe I got there and I just met some people and they were asking me stupid questions. about my sex life. And you know it is part of it, but they were not the one I was hoping to say. So it was just as if I wasted my time that day. And while coming home, I told the soldier that carried me to please take me to a lab. You know, too much of Nollywood now. I was hoping probably I'm pregnant and a miracle would just happen. And you know, when I'm ready to gist you guys about my TTC, I'm going to say, after I suffered at the hospital, I went to the lab, I got pregnant. You know, too much of Nollywood now. So I went to the lab, I did the test, and unfortunately for me, it was negative. Chai. See, nothing breaks your heart more than a negative result. I got home that day, my husband was not going to come home. He was busy at work and I didn't have a choice. I was alone. I was alone that night. There's this thing Muslims do at, if you want to pray in the midnight, it is called Tajud. That day I woke up for Tajud to pray and I could not say anything. I could not tell God anything. In my sujud, I was just crying. I cried. When I was done, I slept off. Guys, the next morning I woke up, felt really better and refreshed. I said nothing happened to me the former day and I moved on. So my husband came back, we started living together and all of that. And guys, I already made up my mind that by December, if I do not get pregnant, then I think we should go see a doctor. So my husband was open to it, but I was still hopeful that probably before December my miracle would happen. And guys, just a week before we came home for the wedding, I got pregnant. It was really funny because I got pregnant December, right? November, my last day of menstruation. By November, I made up my mind that I'm going to try and have sex from my last day of menstruation to my first day of menstruation. Do you guys get? And let us see if I have sex throughout, if I will not get pregnant. My hope was really, like, my faith was really strong that if I have sex from my last day of menstruation to my next first day of menstruation, I will not see that one. And guys, I did it. Even the days I was not in the mood, the day I was tired, I was pouring fresh one day every day. Even if we are both not in the mood, I do not care. I was doing it, and luckily it worked for me, and that was how I got pregnant. So I know some of you will say you only waited for 14 months and all of that, but please, my story is my story, and my story is for me to share, especially when you're a military wife, because if you don't move fast, you're planning your life like this. These people are already planning your life with your husband another way. That's just the way it works. So you always try to be one step ahead. But the truth is, regardless of how you want to be one step ahead, these people too, they are trying to be one step ahead. So may the best man win. That's the way it works when you're a military wife. So luckily for me, that's how I got pregnant, and that was it. Guys, if you guys do well with this video by subscribing, liking and sharing it, I'm going to give you guys just about my childbirth and motherhood journey. So please don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Please, it's so important to me. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed gisting you about it. I hope my gist is interesting, and you know, you guys are able to pick a thing or two from it. Let me know in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. Bye bye.